Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time doing another Disney film review, and this one is on the 1999 film Annie. Now, as you know, the 1999 Disney film Annie is meant to be a musical comedy drama television film which was adapted from the 1977 Broadway musical film of the same name, and of course was meant to be more of the second adaptation from the 1982 film Annie. And the best way I can describe the 1999 version is kind of like the 1982 one, but more of the watered down, abridged, and a bit more of the more serious version of what the 1982 film was trying to be. And the premise of the film is meant to take place in 1933 during the Great Depression. We kind of see how a 11-year-old Annie wants to kind of find out about her parents. She kind of wants to know if they're still around. And we kind of see how after a few mishaps with Miss Hannigan, avoiding the police, finding her dog Sandy, and of course gets taken in by obviously Daddy Warbucks. We kind of see how Annie kind of slowly gets used to the sort of normal life of Daddy Warbucks, but we kind of see how Annie wants to find out and slowly kind of wants to find out if her parents are still around. I think there's an idea where the film is trying to go, having this Annie be a bit more soft-spoken, a little more kinder and understanding. But I think what the 1982 film got right with Annie is how she was a bit more of this tomboy. She basically took crap from no one. And you can kind of get this sense this is where I think the film definitely went right with Annie's character, because some people can actually defend themselves, some people have to kind of see things a little realistically. And I think what the 1982 film gets right with Annie is when you had to stand up to bullies or people who were kind of threatening you, a lot of the time you had to either stand your ground, kind of made it clear that you weren't going to take crap from no one, and just made it clear you were just kind of not really going to sort of take it. I think what they were trying to do with Alicia Morton playing Annie is being this soft-spoken, kind, and understanding character, and I don't mind that idea, but it just feels like they went a little too softer. And I think there's moments where I think some castings they do right here, or they just feel like they were just a little enforced. Like, obviously, it's clear when Kathy Bates plays Miss Hannigan. She's just there to be Kathy Bates, playing a role that she just clearly knows she has to be in. I think when you've got Victor Garber playing Daddy Warbucks, he's just about right, but he just feels like he's trying to play the role, but as a totally different character. And I think it's a shame because there is some ideas there. It just feels like a slightly watered down, abridged version. I think there's a reason when working on my idea for an idea of a sort of live action DreamWorks film for Sinbad, I think when working on obviously a live action adaptation, the way I would definitely do Marina is have it revealed that she's obviously meant to be named after the Fafin god Kotis, and that her mum is obviously meant to try and name herself after Bendis, and it would obviously give more time to explain why Marina's the way she is, and why she chose her name Marina. I would also have had Marina played by Maya Erskine, and also have her mum play Kelly Her to mix both Japanese and Fefin sort of backgrounds. As I feel like the DreamWorks film Sinbad was going for this more Final Fantasy film feel, and I think what the film Annie was trying to do is fit to a different tone, a different feel, but trying to be a more watered down version over the whole 1982 film that went a little more serious. It went a little more realistic with the story. It went a little more hard truth with its hard truth moral. I feel that the 1999 film is trying to be this watered down version over what was intended. So I think it definitely deserves thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, kind of okay, despite a weak and abysmal script, just fitting it for Disney standards. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.